What up, YouTube? Timus here. Since I'm doing my reviews for David Lynch films, here is my review for his 1997 thriller Simply Titled Lost Highway. Now, this film stars the likes of Bill Pullman, Patricia Arquette, Robert Loga. Some really interesting actors were in this. It pretty much takes place during two separate stories. Or I should say separate but intersecting stories about like this one of which is about this jazz musician played by Bill Pullman who ends up being tortured by the notion that his wife is having an affair. He suddenly finds himself accused of her murder, and the other is about this young mechanic played by Balthazar Getty. Who is drawn into a web of deceit by a temptress who is like cheating on her gangster boyfriend here. Then these two tales are also linked by the fact that the woman in both are played by the same actress, who is portrayed by Patricia Arquette. This has a bit of a Hitchcockian feel to it. It's a very erotic thriller, so there's that. Patricia Arquette looked good in this, by the way. I mean, she was really attractive in this film. You also had loads of really interesting cast lists. You know, you had Robert Blake, Richard Pryor was even in this. I always keep forgetting Richard Pryor done movies like these. You also had Natasha Wagner was in this film. You had Lisa Boyle, Jack Nance, Henry Rollins. Robert Loga played a character named Mr. Eddie / Dick Laurent. The late great Robert Loga was always the man. He was really terrific in this film. It gets very lots of twists and turns throughout the whole film because, it is a bit of a David Lynch movie, so there are gonna be twists and turns here. This movie gets really crazy from beginning to end. You're just never gonna know what's gonna happen next. Lots of interesting, this movie does feel a bit like, other David Lynch movies like Blue Velvet, and Robert Loga playing a gangster. Come on, Robert Loga as a gangster is always the best. The script is really decent. David Lynch did a really cool job of directing this. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite Patricia Arquette performances. I mean, she is so great in this movie. The 90s, before she won her Oscar for Boyhood, Patricia Arquette had one cool career. Of course, she did do, Lost Highway, top of that. She was, of course, in True Romance. I mean, Patricia Arquette was always, she's still great. But, in the 90s, she was everywhere in the 90s. And glad she still do stuff nowadays, because who just does not love Patricia Arquette? And she is terrific in this one. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen Lost Highway, it's a bit of a tense thrill ride, but you'll definitely get the film throughout. I mean, you could literally tell this movie is a David Lynch film. Like, seriously, it literally is. You can definitely have like that David Lynch feel to this film. And I mean, there are like videotapes in this as well. That Prestige when the musician's American Fiction, so there's that too. If you definitely go check this movie out if you guys never seen that. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen David Lynch's Lost Highway? If so, what'd you thought? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timu signing out.